Imagine waking up in the morning. The sun has not risen yet, but it is already gently streaming through the window, scattering rays on your face. You don't hear the usual buzzing of the alarm clock. You don't feel the inner anxiety of the day ahead. Your body feels rested, and your mind feels calm. It is the moment when you greet the new day not with heaviness in your chest, but with lightness and joy. You may wonder how this is possible. How is it possible to wake up not with a feeling of fatigue and anxiety, but with a sense of inner harmony? The answer to this question is not as complicated as it may seem at first glance. It all starts with how you treat the night, how you treat your sleep, how you prepare yourself for a deep recovery. In our modern world full of stress and overload, many of us have lost the ability to relax. Sleep, which is supposed to be a time of recovery, often becomes a challenge for us. We wake up feeling not rested, not ready for a new day. And the reason lies not only in the number of hours we sleep, but also in the way we approach the process. How often have you noticed that before you go to bed, your mind is still preoccupied with thoughts? Are you worrying about the day's events, worrying about what lies ahead tomorrow, or suddenly remembering unresolved questions and experiences? Your body may be physically tired, but your mind keeps working, keeping you awake. How can you then expect to get quality sleep? The answer is actually hidden in mindfulness. Awareness is the ability to slow down your inner rhythm, to feel what is happening to you, what is going on inside, and how you can influence it. It is through awareness that you can regain the ability to deep recovery and restful sleep. But what is this mindfulness, and what does it have to do with your sleep? Mindfulness begins the moment you go to bed. Many of us have a hard time getting rid of external stimuli, let alone calming our inner world. All that information that accumulates in our minds prevents us from just resting. We feel like we can't turn off our brain, and it causes a lot of stress. But if you learn to become aware of your thoughts and emotions, you can control them and therefore your state. At night, your body and mind need rest. And in order for this rest to be complete, you need to create conditions that promote deep recovery. It is not only a comfortable bed and silence, but also the inner mindset, preparation before going to sleep. When you allow yourself to disconnect from thoughts, when you let your body and mind relax, you begin to prepare yourself for quality recovery. So how do you achieve this state of mind before bed? There are some simple but powerful practices that can help. They don't require much effort, but they will gradually teach you to sense when your body is ready for deep relaxation. It's not magic, it's mindfulness in action. First of all, it's important to set your body up to be calm. Try taking a few deep inhales and exhales before bed to relax your muscles and release tension. As you inhale, visualize the air filling your body with life-giving energy, and with each exhalation you release excess, tension, worry, anything that doesn't serve your peace of mind. If you want to make this process more profound, you can add a relaxing stretch. Simply moving your body in a soft, gentle rhythm will help release any accumulated tension. This will allow your muscles and nervous system to relax, preparing them to recover during sleep. You'll notice your body gradually letting go of the weight and your mind calming down. The second key point is to get rid of unnecessary stimuli. The habit of staring into your phone or TV screens before bed is one of the most common causes of poor sleep. The blue light that screens emit interferes with the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep. You can gradually break this habit by rearranging all the screens and lights in your bedroom so that they don't interfere with your body. Spend the last hour before bed in silence with minimal external stimuli to give your body a signal that it is time to relax. This is how you begin to prepare yourself for the night. But that's not all. The important thing is that before you go to sleep, You must learn to let go of the tension that is keeping you awake. Have you noticed how often worries and thoughts block your sleep? You can't fall into deep rest because your mind is still active, replaying the day's events or upcoming worries. This is where the mindful practice of letting go helps. You can do this through inner work with your thoughts. For example, you can focus on your breathing for a few minutes and visualize yourself releasing tension with each exhalation. Let those thoughts you've been holding in your head gradually go away. With each inhalation, you fill yourself with peace. With each exhalation, you fill yourself with letting go. This is a kind of internal ritual that allows you to relax and prepare for the night's rest. In addition to this, you can use visualization. Imagine your body sinking into warm, soft water. With each breath, you feel the water cleansing you of all unnecessary things. You become lighter, your thoughts calm, and your body relaxes. These visualizations are a great way to get in the mood for relaxation and fill with a sense of peace. An important point that can also affect your sleep quality is setting yourself up for recovery, a simple but powerful step. Before you go to bed, thank your body for its work throughout the day. Thank it for every breath, for every moment when your muscles helped you move and your organs kept you alive. This gratitude and appreciation for your bodily state can lead to inner peace and gratitude, which contributes to a good night's sleep. Do you see how important it is to approach your night's rest? And this is the beginning of your journey to waking up with joy. The body and mind are two interconnected elements that support each other in daily life. Your inner balance depends on how you care for these two aspects, and especially how you recover from a busy day. When your mind and body are in harmony, you experience deeper sleep and brighter mornings. But how do you get that harmony back? Recall how you breathe. We often overlook breathing, but it is the foundation of our existence. Breathing is not just a biological process. It is also a way to influence our state of being. Through breathing, we can calm the mind, clear tension from the body, fill with energy, and slow down. If you want to learn how to fully relax, first become aware of how you breathe. Include some simple exercises to regain control of your breathing and use it to relieve stress. One such exercise is breathing through your abdomen. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your stomach. Close your eyes and begin to inhale slowly, directing the air into your belly so that it rises and your rib cage remains still. As you exhale, feel your belly lowering, making room for the next breath. Gradually, with each breath, you will feel your body begin to release tension. When you breathe in this way, you not only relax, but you are filled with calmness. This breath reminds you that you are not alone, that you are in this world, and your life is not limited by turmoil. You are part of a vast stream where every breath matters. Through the breath, you reconnect with yourself and begin to become more aware of the moment. Have you noticed how in stressful situations your breathing becomes shallow and frequent? This is because in such moments our body activates the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the fight-or-flight response. When you practice deep breathing, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for relaxation. This helps to slow down the heart, reduce anxiety, and prepare the body for rest. You can incorporate these breathing practices not only before bed, but also throughout the day to release tension and bring back inner harmony. It's important to remember that your breath is always with you. At any moment, you can take a few deep inhalations and exhalations to feel alive and in harmony. However, breathing isn't the only practice that can help you establish recovery. There is also the importance of a nighttime ritual that can prepare you for deeper sleep. Sleep isn't just rest. It's a moment when your body and mind are restored and cleansed. But sleep only becomes true restoration when you create the perfect conditions for it. When you go to bed, it is important to let go of all unnecessary thoughts beforehand. You must give your mind permission to rest. One of the most powerful ways to do this is to practice meditation. Many people are afraid of meditation because they think they have to test themselves and reach some state. But meditation is not a race. It is a process of acceptance. Acceptance of what is happening to you in the moment. And you can start with the simplest techniques. Try starting with a short meditation before you go to bed. Sit comfortably on your bed, close your eyes, and begin to watch your breathing. Just watch the air go in and out of your body. Let your attention fixate on this simple process. When thoughts begin to bother you, don't fight them, don't judge yourself, just gently return to your breathing. Gradually, you will feel your mind calming down and you will sink into a deep state of peace. Important point: meditation is not something you do to achieve something. It is not a contest to achieve serenity. It is a journey in which you learn to be in the moment and let go of whatever is bothering you. Meditation isn't the only way to prepare for a night's rest, however. Consider the deeper connection between body and mind. Have you ever noticed how your physical state affects your thoughts? When your body is tense, when your muscles are stiff, you can't relax. You can't let go of thoughts and emotions. When you take care of your body, you take care of your mind in this way. Try adding stretching or yoga to your nightly practice. Light, slow movements help relax the body and release tension. This doesn't mean you have to do complicated poses. Just a few simple stretching exercises can help release accumulated fatigue. Gentle forward bends or stretches for your shoulders and neck are moments that make you feel relaxed and light. Also, an important aspect is nutrition. Many people don't realize how their evening diet can affect the quality of their sleep. Heavy foods or caffeine can disrupt your sleep as they stimulate your nervous system. Instead, try eating light meals rich in protein or low glycemic index carbohydrates. Some herbal teas, such as chamomile or lavender, have relaxing properties and will help you to relax. As for sleep itself, it's not only what you do before it that matters, but also how you arrange your resting space. A comfortable bed, no light or noise, and the right room temperature are key to getting a good night's sleep. When you create these conditions, your body and mind can relax and begin the recovery process. But an important point to remember is the cyclical nature of everything. Everything has its time, both your resting and your waking period. By listening to your body, you can learn to act in rhythm with your body and give it what it needs at the right time. So how can you wake up happy despite all the worries of the day? It's not just about waking up, it's about waking up in a good mood. When you go to bed with the understanding that your rest is a time for recovery, not just a time to shut down for a few hours, you begin to wake up with gratitude for the night, for the rest, for the opportunity to start the new day with a clear mind and a renewed body. Perhaps you have already felt how important the moment of falling asleep and preparing for the night's rest is. But equally important is the moment of awakening, when you open your eyes for the first time, returning to the world and facing the beginning of a new day. At this time, many of us are immediately caught up in a flood of thoughts and activities that require attention and energy. But what if you could start your day differently? What if you could wake up with joy and peace of mind? Ideally, waking up should be a gradual, meditative process, not a stressful one that starts with an alarm clock and a race against time. To achieve this, it is worth taking care of how you wake up. Try practicing mindful waking. When you open your eyes, don't rush out of bed right away. Take a few minutes to feel your body touching the mattress as your muscles slowly begin to wake up. Take in each movement consciously. When you stretch, notice how your muscles stretch, how the waves of warmth and relaxation pass through. Notice how everything in your body becomes clearer and more harmonious. This can be your first morning ritual, a slow and conscious awakening. You can also try using a gratitude practice. As soon as you wake up, before you get out of bed, name 3 things you are grateful for. It can be the simplest of moments, such as feeling comfortable, being able to wake up without pain, a warm blanket, a supportive arm by your side. As you get used to this, you will begin to see every morning as a chance to be alive, to be in the moment. Seeing the morning as a special time is the key to learning to wake up with joy. When you greet the day with mindfulness, it ceases to be something heavy and demanding. Instead, the morning becomes a time to connect deeply with yourself, to accept and recognize what you need in this moment. However, an important part of waking up in the morning is the ritual of body care. Many people start their day with automatic movements, not paying attention to how they move, how their body responds. But being conscious about your morning habits not only helps you maintain physical health, but also serves as a foundation for inner renewal. A simple practice of morning stretching can be your first step. Gradually, with each movement, you will feel the muscles stiffened overnight begin to relax and your body fill with vitality. You can try starting your morning with a few basic yogic poses, such as cat and cow poses to stretch your spine and activate blood circulation. It can also be a time for morning breathing. A simple breathing cycle using the 4-7-8 method can help set the nervous system at ease. Inhale for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8. This rhythm will help you enter the morning not through stress and rush, but through calmness and confidence. What other important things can you do to make your morning start harmoniously? The answer lies in nutrition. Many of us start the day with a cup of coffee and fast carbohydrates, which leads to a rapid rise in blood sugar levels and then a sharp drop in energy. This creates anxiety and fatigue. Instead, it is worth trying a nutritious, balanced breakfast that will keep your energy levels up throughout the day. For example, a smoothie with greens, oatmeal with nuts and fruit, or non-fat yogurt with honey and seeds is not just a breakfast. It is a way to start the day respecting your body and paying attention to what it needs to repair and grow. When you nourish your body with love, you allow your mind to function at its full capacity. Don't forget the importance of your mindset for the day. You can try spending a few minutes in the morning planning, visualizing how you want your day to go, what moments you want to highlight for yourself. It can be a simple idea of how you want to interact with people, how you want to feel during the day. This gives you the opportunity not just to experience the day, but to live it consciously. After you have completed these first moments of morning awakening, it is also important to think about your internal state during the day. Your mindfulness at this time becomes your anchor that helps you stay calm while staying connected to yourself. You can observe your breathing throughout the day. Pause at least once an hour to stop and just feel yourself. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice your body. Notice your thoughts and feelings. This approach not only helps to make your day more mindful, but also helps you maintain inner harmony. You begin to realize that every morning is not just a time to wake up and start doing tasks. It is a time to recover, to set up for the day, and to be grateful for a new chance to be alive. How do you feel now after starting the day with mindfulness, with respect for yourself? You've noticed how gradually your inner harmony is beginning to align, how every waking moment in the morning is filled with meaning. But the journey doesn't end there, because the day is a multitude of moments, and each one has the potential to be lived in full awareness. The day may be full of hustle and bustle, but mindfulness is more than just practicing in the morning and evening. It is the ability to maintain inner balance throughout the day despite external stimuli. The secret is to be attentive to every moment, every action you take. Many of us are used to living in the mode of automatism, performing habitual actions and not noticing how the hours pass. However, if you pay attention to the simplest things you do during the day, you will notice how they become more intense and meaningful. Take everyday activities, for example, eating breakfast, getting to work, socializing with coworkers, even having a cup of tea. Instead of performing these activities mindlessly, you can try immersing yourself in them. When you drink water or tea, feel the liquid sliding down your throat as it saturates your body. Notice the taste, the aroma, the temperature. This simple awareness turns every action into a small meditation. Maybe you're in the habit of checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or looking at the news before starting your day. This often leads to feelings of overwhelm and anxiety. Try doing the opposite. Before you open your eyes to your phone, take a few minutes to be with yourself. Allow yourself to not be distracted by the world of external events. It is very important to create a personal space before you enter the news world that often brings stress. Think for a moment about how often you allow the outside world to dictate to you what is important and what is not. What body sensations and emotions do you experience when you're quickly scrolling through your social media feed? What thoughts arise in your head? As you realize this, you begin to notice how often information from the outside world affects your inner state, but you have the right to choose what is important to you and what should be left out of your mind. Instead of absorbing external noise, try to choose moments for silence. It can be breaks in your work, when you go for a walk or just slow down. For example, a few minutes before lunch, close your eyes, listen to your breathing, feel the air filling your body, how it fills with strength and energy. It is in these quiet spaces between activities that recovery happens. Interestingly, mindfulness is also closely related to how you approach tasks that require concentration. How often do we start working on something important but lose focus after a few minutes when our thoughts start to wander? This is normal, because the mind often tends to seek distractions, and there is nothing wrong with that. It is only important to notice this moment in time and bring yourself back to the present. Imagine that you are sitting at your desk and working on something important. If you feel yourself losing concentration, try taking a few deep breaths and return to the here and now. Inhale through your nose, feel the air fill your lungs. Exhale, clear your head of unnecessary thoughts. Do this several times and continue working with the renewed state. The day will be full of not only action, but also meetings with other people. It is important to remember that communication can also be made more conscious. When listening to the interlocutor, try not to think about what you will say next. Do not try to prepare an answer in advance. Let everything happen in the moment. You can slow down the conversation to more carefully perceive the words of the other person, his emotions, intonation. In this process, you will not only help the other person to feel important and heard, but also deepen your perception of communication. Taking this approach in every action helps you realize that every moment is a part of you. It's important to feel fully present in every moment, even in the most ordinary and routine moments. By immersing yourself in the present, you'll notice how many things become less important. You free yourself from the need to do everything at once, from chasing results and the desire to be busy all the time. You may notice how the mind often tries to fill every free second with thinking, worrying, planning. But mindfulness teaches us to be with ourselves, with what is happening in the moment. There is tremendous power hidden in every breath, every look, every thought. And that power lies in being with what is. Realizing that you don't have to always be in motion, that you can allow yourself to rest, to slow down, even in the moment of activity, brings freedom. By realizing how you approach each moment, you stop worrying about not having time. On the contrary, you begin to enjoy the process without being focused on the end result. This is the great freedom that comes with a conscious attitude to life. This is how you gradually realize that life is not just a chain of events that pass by, but a process in which each moment carries its own unique value. And when you begin to see life as a flow that can be realized and felt, everything around you becomes more alive and complete. Awareness becomes your support. It gives you inner strength and calmness, allowing you to be in harmony with yourself and the world. When you wake up, you no longer strive for an ideal or some external standard. You begin to appreciate this moment, the moment when you opened your eyes, felt your body, heard the sounds of the world around you. You live in that moment without rushing, without expectations. Instead of thinking about the future, you experience the present. And in that present lies all the power. It is this power that helps you start the day with joy, even if there is a lot to do ahead. It doesn't matter how many tasks await you. What matters is the state with which you approach them. You can feel every movement, every breath, every step. You can slow down everything that's going on around you, and then you won't feel tired or overwhelmed. You will just be in the flow, in the rhythm of your body and breath. Mindfulness is not a one-time action. It's a lifelong process. And every day you can take steps that bring you closer to a deeper inner renewal. Each step, each attention you give to yourself, your state, your body, your breath, it all adds up to a unique journey. And that journey begins right now. You can start small. For example, starting every morning with 5 minutes of silence, no phone, no distractions, just you and your inner world. Let this be your first step towards recovery and harmony. It will be your inner promise to yourself, to live consciously, to respect yourself and your needs, to be in the moment. You can add moments of meditation to your day, even if they only last a couple minutes. You can make your lunch not just a meal, but a mindful process. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it opens up space for a deep connection with yourself. Gradually, you'll notice how your life begins to change. You'll feel that stress doesn't affect you as much. You'll learn to let go of worries about the future and accept each moment for what it is. Life will become more meaningful, and every day will bring you joy in the simple things. When you go to bed, you don't think about what you haven't had time to do, what you haven't accomplished or completed. You accept the day as complete. You let go of all thoughts that might be dragging you down with worry. You breathe in the deep, soothing air and feel your body relax, letting go of tension. You go to bed feeling grateful for everything that has happened. This is your ritual for sleep, your way of taking care of yourself before you drift off into the dream world. And so, when you wake up, you feel restored, full of energy. You greet the new day with clarity and openness, ready to be in the moment, ready to meet yourself and the world. You have already begun your journey. It does not matter how long or short it is. What matters is that you have chosen it, that you have discovered mindfulness. You are ready to walk this path step by step, knowing that each day brings you not only new challenges, but also new opportunities for growth and renewal. Remember, the path is not a goal, but a process. It is a journey filled not only with practices and rituals, but also with a deep encounter with yourself, with what is hidden inside. And if you open your heart to this realization, you are sure to feel your life change. All your energy and inner state will be filled with meaning and joy. You can continue on this path day after day, filled with harmony and joy. You can create your reality, where every moment will be perceived with love and attention. You are the creator of your life, and this path will be your personal and unique journey. You are not alone. In each moment, in each step of this path, you are creating a new experience that will be part of your conscious life. Start small, and you will notice the world around you changing. Are you ready? Immerse yourself in each day with attention, respect, and gratitude for yourself. In this busy world, You can be a source of stillness and inner harmony.